All right, hi, this is Rodney Walker with Education Day. I'm here with Sue and Kelly at the National Education Conference. Hi, ladies.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing well.
Good morning.
Why? Thank you. Good morning. Why are you guys here?
Why are we here?
Yes.
Go ahead, Sue.
To celebrate superintendents in public education.
Yes,
And I happen to represent Ohio superintendents this year. I'm very honored.
That's very nice. And why should we celebrate our superintendents?
One of the most difficult jobs in America. We have a lot of grit. It takes a lot of grit to be a superintendent of a public school.
Yes, that's true.
I would just add, in this era of changing legislation and mandates and expectations, it's very important to network with others and practice current innovation and make sure that we're providing the best for our students and support one another.
That's great. What do you guys see as some of the biggest challenges that are facing superintendents in school districts these days?
I think economic poverty of children coming to school from poverty, trying to make sure that our IB programs and our AP programs have equal access for all children. So those are two top pieces that I think is important, as well as trying to really change the mindset of education so we really look at innovation.
I would just add something to that. We talked about this in a superintendent meeting the other day. It's embarrassing to say, but Ohio is #1 in the opiate and drug abuse. Although we don't see students in our district with that problem, we're dealing with families that grandparents raising their grandchildren because of incarceration, aunts and uncles. I'm finding in this role, we're having to work with families more than I have ever had to in the past. And, how do you educate a child when they're hurting and they're dealing with such trauma? So we have to learn to do things differently.
Got it. That's great. So I guess that's a part of the innovation that you were talking about that needs to take place. What are some things that you think that people on the ground level can do to kind of help support the schools to make our schools better?
You ask. Go ahead, Sue. You take the lead as the Ohio superintendent.
Legislation. Legislation. Having legislators truly understand the issues that public school superintendents face daily. And when we talk about children and families, it's got to start there. And yet, all the mandates that we have in Ohio and nationally have got to be, I don't want to say released, but yes, more student-centered, but also be more realistic. Be more realistic about some of the mandates.
Absolutely. We only have so much time during a school day to educate a child, and when you're told to do, I'm making up this number, but 101 things. For instance, there are 131 assessments in Ohio that one student may have to take, depending on where they qualify. Are they special ed? Are they English language? That's crazy. When you're assessing that much, how do you educate? So, and that's just one mandate. We're talking numerous mandates. So, and it's one size fits all justification for the mandates. Students don't learn that way. I don't know about if you have children in your home. I only raised 2, and I can tell you neither one learned the same way. Think about a classroom. You have to really individualize this day and age more than ever. And to be told to do things in a certain way is, especially for people that have never walked in our shoes as an educator, it's difficult.
Yes. So releasing some of the federal mandates would be
public. Get engaged, know the mandates, talk to your legislators. Don't be afraid to use your voice for the best interest of our community.
That's great. Thank you, ladies. We appreciate your time.